I don't know if you've managed to catch a new series on television called Full Stretch. It's about a sort of Fawlty Towers limousine hire company. For Basil Fawlty, read young Tarquin, who, given the task of chauffeuring David Bowie, managed to put his client totally at unease within moments.
Where's the other guy, then?
Steve, I don't know, sir. I was just told to come instead.
There's the photographs and the tickets that we want.
Oh, I'll see you get some, sir.
Thanks.
You're the first celebrity I've ever driven.
So you didn't have that Dylan in the back of the car the other week, then?
Dylan who, sir?
Dylan.
I just want to say I'm a really big fan, and then I'll shut up.
Thank you, Tarquin.
I really like Tin Machine. And the early stuff, well, it was brilliant. First album I ever heard of yours was A Lad Insane. Of course, it was my dad's. I was only 9 at the time.
Thanks for sharing that, Tarquin.
Please welcome Tarquin, Reece Dinsdale. Hello.
Thank you.
God, they should show that as a training manual on how not to be a chauffeur.
To talk to stars, yes.
That is just not the way it's done, is it?
No, you get them though, don't you, taxi drivers? They do say the worst things possible.
Do you have people... It's the old backhanded compliment, isn't it?
Yeah.
I had somebody the other day say to me, I went to the theatre and they said, "Gosh, you look really nice." And I went, "Oh, thanks very much." Because you look fat on television.
That's terrible. They do that. You know, they'll say with me, they kind of go, "Oh, you're him, aren't you?" They never know my name,
yeah.
But they go, "You're him." I think, well, yes, I'm me. And then they go, "The son," and I never know whether they mean John Thor's son or Keith Barron's son, but they mean one or the other.
Yeah.
And they take no prisoners. They go, "Oh, I hate that show. It's crap, isn't it?"
Yeah.
You know, you think, I'm a human being here. You know, please be nice to me.
Now, like Tarquin, who was an obvious star of David Bowie, were you a fan?
As a kid, I'm a bit like Tarquin, yes, I was. A big fan. But funnily enough, before we shot the scene, I was quite blasé about it. I think I was too busy thinking about the new series and my role in it. And I remember sitting with a couple of friends in a pub in London, and we'd been there for a couple of hours, chatting away about this, that, and the other. And all of a sudden I said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna film with David Bowie next week." And they went, "What? You have sat here for 2 hours and you haven't mentioned you're going to work with David Bowie?" I thought, yeah, I suppose it is rather special, isn't it? And on the day, we did a few scenes before we worked with David, and I was quite calm again. And then as soon as the director said, you know, we're going to meet David now, I became a gibbering idiot, a complete nervous wreck. And I was sweating like mad. I went to meet him. I think all I could manage to say was, "Would you like to go through the lines, David," or something. And to which he smiled and said, "Oh, we'll be okay, we'll do it on set." He was fine. He was a lovely guy, really nice.
See, Tarquin is one of those characters... Well, for those who haven't seen us, perhaps you can explain what he's like.
Tarquin, he's a guy who's in his late 20s, and you get the feeling that he's never really settled down. He's never had a proper job. He doesn't quite know what he wants to do with his life.
Doesn't he want to act?
Well, exactly. You get the feeling with him that he wants to act at the moment, but tomorrow he could be a writer or something. I don't know. I don't know how the scripts are going to develop in future series, hopefully. But he does want to be an actor at the moment. Don't we all?
Yeah.
But yeah. He's a lovely character. He always gets it wrong and gets them into such difficult situations, but he's bright enough to save the day and get them out of it again. So it's a lovely character to play. I
mean, it's only been on for, what, 3 weeks now?
Yeah,
and it's I mean, it's had some cracking reviews. I mean, everybody gives an iffy review at the beginning, don't they?
Well, you know, you do get mixed reviews to start with. I always think it's very strange to review a series after the first one, because it's like you wouldn't review a play after 20 minutes or a book after 50 pages. It's a series, and they take time to develop, and for the audiences to get used to the characters. I mean, it's why I think soaps are so popular, is because we get to know the characters, we begin to love them, want to know what's going to happen to them next, and this is a series. So, you know, hopefully if people stay with it, I think they'll really love it.
I'm sure it is going to run and run. You said hopefully another series, but would you be happy to do, as a young actor who likes to do a bit of this and a bit of that, would you be happy to stay in a television series for another 2-3 years?
Well, I think, without letting too much out of the bag, we're signed up to do 2 more series, and I wouldn't have gone into it unless I wanted to do that. Yes, I mean, I wasn't looking to do this particular show, to be honest. I'd made a decision that I wanted to do some more straight drama. I'd done many good straight dramas on TV and lots of theatre work. But I said to my agents, look, I'm not going to do any more comedy. That's the thing. I think I've been recognised for most. And they said, OK, fine. So I sat on my bum for a while waiting for a good offer. And all of a sudden, these scripts came through the door, and they said it's a comedy series by Dick Clement and Ian LaFrenne, or a comedy drama. And I said, oh, gosh, it's comedy again. I don't want to do it. But then I thought, well, Dick and Ian, they don't come any better than that.
No.
You know, their track record just speaks for itself. And so I took one look at the script, and the character was so great that I couldn't refuse, really.
I asked
So
you
I'm
that.
happy to do it.
Well, I asked you that particularly because I know that John Thor, whose son you played in Home to Roost, the story goes that he had to talk you into doing the 4th series.
He did, actually, yes. John was always great at giving me bits of advice and things, not kind of in a patronising way, but he always dropped little pearls of wisdom. I remember after the 3rd series, I was ready to call it a day because I thought, it's all right. I said, it's all right for you, John. You know, you're so famous and you could do anything, and that people think you're such a wonderful actor. I said, but as a relatively young actor, I've got to be very careful not to get typecast or whatever. And he said to me, you know, but since the last series, you've done a screen on 1 and a film on 4 and a play at Royal Shakespeare Company. What's your problem? And I thought about it, and I thought, well, he's dead right, really. It's obviously not harming me. So I was happy to do a 4th, and in fact, we were nominated in America for an Emmy for the best overseas program, so it was...
Well, it was worth doing. You wouldn't like to return the compliment and try and talk him into doing another series of more.
I know there's going to be a lot of unhappy people tonight, aren't there, after that last show.
He's a great guy.
Oh,
doesn't like to do this kind of thing at all, though.
No, he's a bit like me. he's a very... I think he's a shy man, really, a very private man. But I have nothing but admiration for him. He's a terrific actor.
Huddersfield.
Oh, we've got to mention... Thank you, Judy.
You wanted me to say
Thank
Huddersfield.
you so much. My dad called me last night and he said, if you don't mention Huddersfield Town, I'll be very upset. So Huddersfield Town is my football team.
Yes,
and
how are they
all the
doing?
best on Saturday against Southend United in the Cup.
How are they doing?
Well, we're doing very badly at the moment. We're bottom of the 2nd division. But we're in the 4th round of the Cup. That's not too bad. And we've got a chance. So
oh, look, there was a little tick of applause.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh. You strike me as a very sort of down-to-earth northern lad. Is Hollywood something you would be terribly interested in?
Why not? Well, yes, I suppose so. As an actor, you've got to be interested in whatever work that comes your way. But I did a mini-series out in Russia a couple of years ago, and was shown for American television. Was shown out there in America, and I went out to stay with a friend and got myself an agent. But I'm not that kind of actor who thinks, oh, I'll go and sit by a pool in America. I think it's ridiculous, really. My job is to build up my career in England, and if Hollywood ever wanted me, they can come for me. They probably won't, but you know, who knows?
Oh, I don't know.
No, you never
they
know,
called for me on Baywatch.
Yes, I saw that. Yes. Yes. I saw that. February the 20th is the big day, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it is. Pathetic, isn't it? One thing I really hate you for...
What's this?
You always get cast, I should be so flipping lucky, as 10 years younger than you are.
I do rather, don't I? Yes.
Don't you? I mean, that, from where I'm sitting, that's wonderful, but is that a constant source
It was fine years ago, but I think I'm 33 now, and I want to play 33. You know?
Do you?
Well, I do, really. I'm ready for
mad.
that. No, I'm sick of playing people who are younger than myself.
Yeah.
You know, it's... a lot of things happen to you, and by the time you're 33, you want to use those experiences in your work.
But great thing about age is it's always there for you. You're not going to wake up one day and say, damn, I missed age.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I'd rather be 33, looking 23 or whatever, than 43.
Yeah.
Unlike John, he always said he was born looking old, and it's true. He would say that's his own gag, so...
So is there a part that you'd really like that would be round about your age, and that's the one you want?
No, not really. I'm just happy what I'm doing, and I just take the best of what's on offer.
Well, it's a great series. Thank you very much for coming, and good luck to Huddersfield.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Next week, Kate Adie.
This now, Baz.
Won't take a minute.
Well, I promised the sitter we'd be back by 11.
If I pick up the books now, I can go straight to Fletcher's in the morning.
Well, get one of the drivers to bring them over.
Bloody hell!
Baz, don't be mad. Get back in here!
Get me! Bloody Jeffrey's fast asleep, isn't he?
Where you going?
Lock the doors, Tanya. No! Jack! Open up!
You just told me to lock myself in.
These are your keys, Tanya!
They'll be long gone now.
Then I'll let Jeffrey with this.
Now you're being really stupid. That's a new suit.
Ah! Get me that car rug.
What for?
I thought we'd have a picnic.
Trouble, Baz, is you're one of those people who won't admit you're getting older.
Just give me that.
You always run up a flight of stairs. Football in the park with kids half your age.
Come on.
You still think you can jump over the tennis net of life.
Oh! Did you call the police?
Oh, no, it's a lot.
Grab hold of my foot.
Get down, will you? Get down!
Snake.
Oh, this is all we need, Baz. We get down. It's not how it looks, boys. That's my husband.
Well done, lads. We've nailed the bastard.
Oh, it's you, Bez.
Pleasant trip, sir?
We go back to hotel.
Right you are, Mr. Avakian. Am I pronouncing that right, sir?
Avakian.
Unusual name, if you don't mind me saying so. Would it be Russian?
Armenian.
Ah. I wish for Karol Vik. Oh, that should be no problem, sir. As you're a new customer, perhaps you'd like to open an account? Or would you prefer to pay by credit card?
Here is money. Tell me when you need more.
As you wish, sir.
You're not letting Jeffrey go, Baz.
I haven't decided yet, Grace. If I hadn't come round last night and scared those blokes off, we'd have been half a dozen Blaupunk short this morning.
It's not what you employed him for. He's a night dispatcher.
It wouldn't hurt him to check the perimeter and play this from time to time.
Don't turn that thing on in front of Muscles. You scared her half to death the first time.
What is it, Baz? It's a security device. Hooked up to speakers in the yard. Why is this not working? Did someone drop this or something?
It's supposed to emit the savage sound of Doberman pinchers.
If it's on the blink, you can't blame Jeffrey, can you?
He's not up to scratch, Gracie. He's useless on the phone. If more than 2 calls come in at once, he's bollocks, didn't he?
All right. Axe him, then. He's only hanging on to that flat by the skin of his teeth.
Oh, don't give me that. I'm trying to run a business here.
Of course you are, Baz.
Might be a fault in one of the speakers.
Should I take a look?
Do it! Do it! I do not have a heart of stone, Gracie.
Who's had my digestives?
Let me tell you something. When we first moved into our house, the one we live in now, the first call I get from a blind fella selling light bulbs. So I bought a couple of boxes just to help him out, right? 3 months later, he's on the blower again. Of course, I didn't need any, but I said, yes, yes, yes. This has been going on for 8 years. I can't park my Jag in the garage for light bulbs. And what about those checks you write for me periodically? Ethiopian refugees, kidney foundations, and what's that other one? Buy a tree, save the rainforest. Do you know how many trees I own in Brazil? If I could string all the light bulbs I have on all the trees I own, I'd give the Blackpool Illuminations a run for their money.
Norman!
Yes?
My car's ready. Grace wondered if you'd run me over to pick it up.
I suppose so, if they've got nothing better for me to do. What are you doing on the roof?
Security.
Ivory, how can we help you? Oh, yes, Tessa, what's the problem? Oh, lovely. How many times do I have to tell you? The cardinal rule in life is always avoid Croydon. Take the M25 and cut up the M3. Quiet muscles, it's only Norman.
There's £1,000 in there.
It's what?
Mr. Avakian, the new client.
Big tipper, is he?
Can't say as I like the man. Armenian.
Are they on your shit list too, Norman?
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you know, you are a bit picky about who you get on with.
None of my prejudices are based on race or nationality, Darrell.
Layabouts, freeloaders and the great unwashed. Those are Norman's pet peeves.
Matter of record, Grace.
Try it now, Darrell.
Yeah, well, I shall have to shop around or else stick with the system I got.
Back! We've got it working, boss. Back! Is this the car you drove Frank Sinatra in?
No. No, that were a few years back now. It was a midnight blue Daimler Princess.
He didn't ask for you when he played the Albert Hall last year.
Yes. Well, in those days I had my own company. He wouldn't know I work for Bass now, would he? Panhandlers on every corner, homeless in every doorway. It's getting to be like Calcutta.
Oh, it's tough out there.
They're not touching my flaming windscreen, it's spotless.
Just give them a quid, eh?
Mm.
There you go.
Cheers.
What was all that about?
What?
You and that girl. Did you know her?
Of course not. They give me the heaves, those people, that's all.
Good morning. Mr. Avakian, is that how you say it?
Where is the man? He drive me yesterday. I give him money.
Norman wasn't available today, sir, but you're still with Ivory Tower. I'm Tessa. Should we go?
I wish to go here.
Southall? Will you be long, sir?
Wait.
Hit and run, boss.
So you keep telling me. I can't afford to have it done yet. It's not just the cost, which will be exorbitant. It's taking it off the road.
Doesn't look cool, though, does it? I mean, picking up a client in this.
It's on the offside, Darrell. They get in the other side, and there are ways and means of making sure they don't come round here. Can I help you, Miss,
Detective Constable Goodall.
And this is the motor pool.
I mean, your fence won't keep anyone out of their series.
I've got to electrify it, I suppose.
The other night wasn't the first incident, was it, Mr. Levitt?
Baz? No. Well, we've got the Mulberry Estate round the corner. I mean, that's no-go even to your lot, isn't it? I'm looking for better premises, but I've got my overheads to think about.
In the meantime, you should be thinking about an alarm system. Or patch yourself straight through to us.
Well, Miss Officer, what is it I call you?
Vicky will do.
I can't say it is an appealing thought to patch myself through to you, Vicky.
Well, come over Tuesday night.
What, at your place?
Yeah. You can't miss it. It's got a big blue lamp over the front door. We're having a talk and demo for business people in the area. Security system, surveillance. Be worth your while.
Yes, I might do that.
You never said you had dogs.
Yeah, well, there are no dogs as such. I've got them in stereo.
Okay, goodbye. Good luck. Maybe we do business tonight.
I'm in Bayswater now. Some Russian church. I've no idea when I'll be back. Grace, he's hardly said 6 words to me all day. If we go, we wait.
What do you want? Why you spy on me?
I wasn't spying on you. I was looking around the church. I've never seen a Russian church before.
Wait in the car.
Darryl will be back between 1 and 2. Simon should be through by 10, so if we get any other calls, he can handle them. He's free all night. And Tarquin's got a Gatwick run. He'll be here at 6.
Got it.
This number here is a direct line to the police, courtesy of Detective Constable Goodall.
Who's that?
Never mind who she is, ring that number. And use the Doberman sparingly, only if you hear something. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry about me, boss. I got these.
What are they?
I got them off a bloke who drives juggernauts. Folkestone to Turin.
These are blues, Jeffrey. Speed.
Stick to Maxwell House. Don't want this job turning you into some bug-eyed pillhead.
You're late. No, I'm late. Open up, will you? I want to grab a cup of coffee.
Gatwick, isn't it?
You'll be pushed.
Sorry.
Sorry?
I woke up a while back. Didn't mean to scare you.
Where did you spring from?
I got in the yard last night. I needed somewhere to sleep, so I kicked in your car.
I know you, don't I?
Vauxhall Bridge.
Vauxhall Bridge?
Doing your windscreens.
Right, yes.
Thanks for the pound.
Look, I'm late. I've got to keep moving.
Oh, no, it's all right. I'll get out if you like.
No, you can't. Not here. You'd best come up front.
No, it's all right. I'm not going to nick your booze.
I don't get this. Did you follow me or something? How do you know where I worked?
I wasn't looking for you. I was looking for my dad.
Norman?
Yeah.
Never knew he had a daughter.
I'm sure he wouldn't talk about me.
I don't mean that. I mean, I haven't known him all that long.
Yeah, well, even if he did, he wouldn't mention me.
When did you last see him?
I don't know, about 3 years ago.
You got Mum?
I can't talk to her, no way. Dad, maybe. Oh, it's just when I saw him the other day, I thought, oh, but you know. This is nice. I suppose you're featuring this does. Oh, she could just drive me forever.
Go on then, ask your father.
Ask your father. Always ominous words.
Dad?
Yes, darling.
I know it's not my birthday yet.
Not for 10 months, no.
You wouldn't have to get me anything at Christmas.
What is it you want, Nicola?
A pony.
A pony?
Spangle. I'm going to call him Spangle. Geraldine's got one on Thursday.
Nicola, every month you have to have something or you'll die.
Told you there was no point.
Now, wait a minute. Let's just discuss this. Think it through. If we get a pony, he'll need somewhere to live, won't he? He can't stay here, he'll eat half the garden. Anyway, horses like to be with other horses. They're very gregarious, well-known fact. So we'd have to stable him, which comes to money. Then you'd need riding lessons and all the gear. You'd want to enter gymkhana, so we'd need a horse box. And a four-wheel drive to tow the horse box. And when we've got all that together, you'll be through that phase and into windsurfing. It had to be no, didn't it?
It's just the way you said no.
How should I say no?
Without the sarcasm. You trivialised her feelings.
I'll drive her to school if you like. I'll have a talk with her.
Don't say yes.
What?
I know you. You'll just cave in.
You don't want her to have a pony then?
Of course not. It's a terrible idea.
I'll never understand women, and I live with 3 of them. Maybe I could buy an attack pony and stable it at the office.
Where are we?
Gatwick. Listen, I've got to pick up my ride. I can't have you with me.
I could go in the boat.
No, you couldn't.
Oh, look, I've been in worse places.
I'm going to give you the train fare to London. Go and see your dad. If there's a problem, you can call me at home.
You're really nice.
Aren't you used to nice?
Not often, no. Tarquin?
Yeah. Don't know what my mother was thinking of. What's your name?
Heather.
Morning, Mr. Sir.
Where's the girl?
Oh, training, sir. She's an athlete, you see.
Before that, there was an older man.
We rotate, sir, but I'm Ivory Tower. The name's Darryl. Where to, sir?
Kashmir.
Long drive, won't we need shots?
I wish to buy Kashmir.
Got it.
Hello, Norman.
Mm-hmm. I'll give the liver a miss.
Just want a cup of tea, really.
Do they need me in the office?
Nope. No, but Grace said you'd be here.
Oh, why were you asking?
Well, bit strange, really, but, I met your daughter this morning.
You what?
Heather. The girl on the bridge, right?
How do you know she's my daughter?
She snuck in the yard last night, slept in my car. I was halfway to Gatwick and up she pops.
I've nothing to say to my daughter, and I'm sure the feeling's mutual.
It's you she was looking for, Norman. Maybe she was trying to reach out. I mean, I don't know the whole story, but...
No, you don't. Where is she now?
I don't know. I gave her the fare back from Gatwick, told her to get in touch.
But she won't come by the house, will she?
Don't think so. She said her mum, your wife...
What? Said what?
Look, I don't want to get in the middle of this. I just thought you ought to know.
Have you mentioned this to any of the others?
No. I mean, I didn't want to get Jeffrey into trouble. Not the way things are.
Let's keep it that way then, shall we?
I hope you don't mind me mentioning this, Mr.
Avakian.
Yeah, right, sir. It's just that there's been this car, the Cosworth, on our tail since Jermyn Street.
Before that, it was at the hotel.
Was it?
So?
Well, you see, I used to be in the club game. I mean, I didn't have a club, but I was with a group of people, and once a week we rent premises, see?
Why do you think I wish to know this?
The point is, as a result of one of these things, I owe some guys some money. I've had a few heavy phone calls, but now, you know, or maybe they're putting the frighteners on me.
Well, why don't you go and ask them?
What?
If it is these people, then you'll know they are following you.
Yeah, I suppose so. But if it is them, I could get a severe kick-in.
If it is not them, then we will know they are following me.
You?
It is possible.
Hi. Oh, smell a lot of garlic in here, Jules. Brilliant.
All right. I phoned, like you said. Sister said come round.
You all right?
I'm a bit damp. I phoned from Gatwick.
I've run you a bath, Heather. Leave your wet things outside the door. I'll put them in the dry.
Thanks.
Take your tea with you.
Sorry.
Said she might ring. I didn't expect so soon.
I gave a train fare at Gatwick. She didn't have to hitch.
She's high.
Is she? What?
I'm not sure. That's where your train fare went.
Doesn't look like she's eaten for days.
Have you spoken to her dad?
Yeah. He doesn't want to know.
woke up. That was the car that was tailing you.
Is true.
So, how you like my tone?
You tell me. You watch everything I do.
You can't blame us, man. What do we know about you? Except you got expensive taste.
I know what you want. You know what I have. I've seen all I need of London.
Hello?
She's gone. Yeah, I picked Tom up from school, and when I got back, she wasn't here. I made the mistake of leaving my purse on the table.
Oh, Jules, no. She didn't.
I should have known better. She's in bad shape, Tark.
You can't drive him tonight, Darryl.
He asked for me specially.
So did Mrs. Grenville 2 weeks ago.
She's after his body.
Please. She's at least 55.
So's Jane Fonda.
He's going to feel really jerked around if he can't have the same driver 2 days in a row.
Who's this?
Avakian, Mr. Reddy's. I'm a driver short, and it's going to have to be the Granada.
Well, I'll have to take it.
This guy's mega cool, Baz. Buys all the ultra shit gear, limo on standby, and he's been tailed by this Jamaican. I mean, is that cool or what?
I didn't like him. I think he's strange.
I can handle strange. Any guy who gives me an envelope full of money and says, tell me when you want more, is a prince among men in my book.
Who are you? Baz Levick, Mr. Avakian? Ivory Tower himself. If you'd like to get in this side, sir, there's some manic cabbies about.
Yes. Irene si ergu khazar shade. Anshur. Esneng yate kichetsne watch. Okay.
Now we go here. Pull up in front a few moments and wait.
Certainly, sir. Best not to ask, Baz.
Hello, Tark. Where are you supposed to be?
Grosvenor House, black tie. Won't be out till 11:30.
Yeah, we're having dinner at Scott's. Then she's talking about raffles. I'll tell you something, these farmers' wives, they come up here from Gloucestershire once a year and they are totally out of control.
Listen, I've been trying to help this girl out.
Oh, yeah?
No, it's serious. She's on the streets in the West End somewhere and she's probably looking for smack.
Oh, and you thought I might know where to look for her?
Well, you are the company's resident vampire.
Well, any all-night chemist at midnight. Yeah, once with prescriptions can fill them, then and they deal to the ones who haven't. Or Jermyn Street, the wrong end, or round the back of King's Cross, but that's pretty hardcore. Yeah, all right.
Cheers, Darryl. Sweet.
Tanya, it's me. On the old day 4 near the airport.
That's it. Me?
I think I'm on the runway. No, it's not a pickup. It's in a motel. They got waterbeds. You want to get yourself over here? No, I straightened that out with her. Didn't she tell you? I've negotiated her down to a puppy.
Open up!
Gotta go.
Drive! Go!
The other gentleman not coming, sir?
Just drive!
Heading back to London, sir, is that right?
Southall, we go there.
Southall, sir?
I forget the address. The girl who drives me, she will know.
Tessa? I'll see if I can get in touch with her.
Ivory Tower. Oh, Baz. I was patrolling the perimeter, girl. 10 o'clock and I was well. Tessa? No, she's finished.
Well, give me her home phone number then.
Oh.
Stone me?
What's wrong? Are you okay? I'm sick. You're not sick. You've been shot.
Okie doke.
Is he going to be all right?
Well, I don't see why not. He's lost a bit of blood, but no worries.
I broke a few speed limits getting him here.
We have to report gunshot wounds to the police. They'll want to talk to you.
Sure, sure. Here's my card.
How much do you charge for these things?
£40 an hour.
Only one of my mates is getting married on Saturday. We thought we'd have a bit of a thrash the night before.
An Australian stag night. Don't you think I've got enough mess in there already?
How'd you find me?
This ain't the first place I looked. I've been all over. It's terrible. The way you live.
Oh, what do you care? What, do you want your money back? Just go away. Leave me alone. I can take care of myself. Always have.
I don't think so. I reckon you've bottomed out, Heather.
It's only me, love.
Everything all right?
Everything's fine. Don't wake up. It's cold water for blood stains, isn't it?
Excuse me?
There you go.
Did you hear any gunshots from the motel?
No. Mind you, there were 747s going over every other minute.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, this is my wife, Tanya. Detective Sergeant Ewing.
Hello. I'm sorry I didn't have time to make you proper coffee. I'm just getting the girls off to school.
Is Daddy in trouble?
Of course not, darling. Off we go then.
Go on.
Nice kids.
Yeah. I'm in trouble with the little one because I won't let her have a pony.
You're lucky to be able to afford a pony.
I can't, that's why she can't have one.
At least you can live in a place where you can think about having a pony.
I'll have to think about that one.
So, once you left him at the hospital, you came straight home?
Yeah. Normally, I would drop the limo back at the yard, but I was a bit done in, you know.
This happened last night?
No, a while back.
It's nasty. Cost a bit.
Yeah, don't tell me.
Sarge?
What have we got here?
It was under the carpet by the jump seat.
Is this yours, Mr. Levick?
Bloody hell, no, it isn't. You'll have to ask Mr. Avakian about that.
Mr. Avakian checked himself out the hospital 7:20 this morning.
Hello, lad. What are you doing here?
I just thought I'd catch you before you went to work. I need to talk to you.
I suppose you'd better come in. Keep your voice down. She's still asleep. If this is about Heather...
I'm afraid it is.
I told you, it's none of your business.
She's at my sister's place. Jules, that's my sister, reckons she can get her into this methadone clinic. She knows a bit about this sort of thing. She's done counselling, hotline stuff, you know. She says it's a real good place.
Well, it wouldn't be the first.
Maybe not, but you can't give up on someone, can you?
Can't you? There were 1,000 flaming experts before you. Counsellors, therapists, hypno-shrinkos. Made her mother and me feel like... Made us feel useless. We loved her. That apparently didn't count. Kindness is no antidote to ignorance. I actually heard one woman in a clinic say that about us. We had to learn to let go, they said. Now, how do you let go of someone who's too young to know who they are?
They were trying to say it wasn't your fault, I suppose.
So we didn't interfere. Did what they said. And she went. Leaving us guilty and confused. It was a terrible thing for me wife. I've no intention of putting her through that again.
Does that mean you won't see her?
I've told you. We've let her go.
Interesting man, this Avakian. He was taking heroin into Russia from Pakistan when he was an army officer in Afghanistan. Since Glasnost, he's resurfaced in the West.
I saw a programme about that. There's a bunch of Russian villains running around New York, apparently. It's funny, isn't it? When they were commies, we never thought they had a criminal class.
Anyway, he's kept his Russian pipeline intact, and he's looking for a market in the UK.
One of your drivers gave us the address in Southall.
Tessa.
Was that her name? Well, the man he went to see controls most of the distribution here, so let's assume Avakian has sewn it up. Now he needs a buyer.
Sounds like the Jamaican Darryl saw him with.
You're a step ahead of us, Mr. Levy.
Of course, as usually happens with these things, the buyers just wanted to rip him off, but they didn't know he had backup, so it all turns ugly, gets messy, bang, bang, and your man gets out of there with a bullet in his leg.
It's a bit careless of you lot, letting him limp out of St. Stephen's this morning.
We didn't have anything on him. Nothing would stick till we looked in your car.
The fact that we didn't lean on him could be to our benefit. He's free and clear, and he must assume his stash is still in your car.
He's not going to kiss goodbye to that, is he? He's going to come after it, and when he does, we'll be ready. Sucker him in. Bosh!
Something of that nature, Mr. Levick.
Only one thing. My yard is exposed on all sides. If the place is crawling with cops, then someone's going to suss it.
Not cops, just one. A new addition to your staff.
All right, Norman.
What?
Are the others getting on your nerves?
No more than usual.
This is Vicky, by the way. Jeffrey, this is Vicky Goodall, our new night dispatcher.
Oh, it's official, is it? I'm history.
No, Vicky is a detective.
This is police business.
Cover. We're setting a trap. What we're basically doing is inviting somebody to break into the yard.
Well, it's hardly impregnable, is it? Until you cough up some proper alarms.
Why don't you take the night off, Jeffrey? The two of us can handle this.
There's no need for you to be here.
Oh, I'm in. Patterson briefed me. I'm part of this op, no question.
Maybe I should swear you in as deputy. Okay. Right, well, I'm here, you're there. Let's hope something happens.
It's our backup, is it? They're out there, poised to strike. SWAT teams in the dark.
Something like that. Is this you?
Yeah. Long time ago.
I'm impressed.
Well, I had my 15 minutes in the sun.
15 minutes.
Yeah, it's what that bloke said who paints soup cans. Everyone will be famous for 15 minutes.
Well, haven't had mine.
Well, there's plenty of time. You're still young. Already CID.
And my father hates the police.
Does he?
With a passion.
Maybe that's why you joined.
Maybe. You should have seen his face at my passing out parade. A mixture of pride and disgust.
I've had a few run-ins with your lot, but I've never been a police basher. Even though there are some hard-ass young plods on the street these days. I suppose that reflects society. Ivory Tower. Oh, hello, love.
I really don't see why you have to be there all night. What if something happened? Who's there with you? Only one person? What's he like?
He's a she, actually. Well, it would be a lie to say that she wasn't. No, extremely bright. I don't know, about 29. No, look, this is just something that has to be done, Tanya. Anyway, I'm catching up on the VAT. I will. Yeah, you have a good night's sleep, love.
Well, I'm extremely flattered you find me young, bright and attractive.
True on all counts, isn't it? You take Sweetex, don't you?
Where'd you get those?
The party you took to Grosvenor House the other night.
Yes. Why didn't you wake me, Gracie? It's nearly 10.
Why didn't you tell me you were spending the night in there with a policewoman?
Well, it was all sick. Am I keeping you? Sorry, boss. Was surveillance set up after you left?
Oh. So? Did anything happen?
Don't like the way you said that, Grace. Listen, call Murray's. I want the bodywork done on the Granada. I'll just have to swallow it. Look happy.
Granada's out, special request.
What do you mean?
I mean, the client specifically requested the Granada.
Who?
A new client, Mr. Shaw.
Book it in tomorrow, then.
Right.
Mr. Shaw?
My friend, Mr. Shaw, is indisposed.
Oh, I see.
The city airport.
Did you say the guy asked for the Granada?
Insisted.
Who's driving him?
Tessa, what's wrong?
Get her for me and get the police on the other line. Tessa, it's Baz. I don't want you to panic or react in any way. Just answer me yes or no. Is Avakian in the car?
Affirmative.
And where are you?
Commercial Road, heading for the city airport.
Who wants to know?
The officer, just routine.
I've got the police, Baz.
Ask for Inspector Patterson. Tessa, I want you out of that car, love. However you can do it, get out of that car.
Okay, fine. I'll let you know.
Let me talk to your boss.
I am keeping calm, Mr. Patterson, but I'm concerned for my driver.
Baz?
What is it, Tess?
You set me up, bastard!
We've been through a bit of nasty business the last few days, and I wanted to talk personally to my A-team, one-on-one, together. We may have to be a tad more selective about who we drive in the future.
You drive the devil to him back if he paid cash, boss.
No, Darryl, because what Tessa went through wasn't funny. It is some consolation that this company may have made its minuscule contribution to the continuing global war against drugs. Anyway, these are mean times we live in, so, take care out there.
I just want to say thanks. You did really well.
Yeah. It was scary, though. She could have got hurt. Look at this.
Well, I wouldn't worry too much about that.
What do you mean?
Well, as it's involved in police pursuit, it's only fair that our insurance should pay for it. It did all happen today, didn't it?
Absolutely.
As far as I know.